South Beach and North Beach are both part of Miami Beach with that famous Miami energy, but most people don't know that they attract completely different types of people for reasons most visitors never notice. So today, I'm gonna walk you through what sets them apart and help you figure out which one feels more like your style. All right, so before we can figure out which part of Miami Beach is right for you, we need to talk about how these two areas work like totally different worlds, even though they're on the same stretch of the beach. South Beach is south of Dade Boulevard, that's 1st to 23rd Street, and this is the iconic stretch that you see in movies and Instagram posts. 3,000 plus people in a narrow strip between the ocean and the bay. It creates incredible density and energy. It's an urban beach playground built for entertainment and tourism where every business caters to visitors with vacation budgets. The infrastructure maximizes every square foot for visitors, meaning limited green space and limited residential amenities. It operates on tourist time, meaning that restaurants open late, stores focus on souvenirs, and everything costs more with vacation prices. And just wait until you see how much your daily coffee run and groceries will be in the area. The difference is staggering, and it's not what most people expect. Now, let's take a look at North Beach from 63rd Street to 87th Terrace, covering 4.83 square miles. You've actually got room to breathe and build a community. There are over 43,000 people that live across the residential neighborhoods where families know their neighbors and kids play safely. It includes Normandy Isles, Biscayne Point, and Lagorce. These are distinct areas, each with their own character and charm. Approximately 82,000 people per square mile in actual neighborhoods with tree-lined streets and community spaces. The infrastructure here is built for residents with parks where locals exercise, neighborhood cafes for your daily coffee, and corner stores for your essentials. So here's the main difference. South Beach's constant tourism turnover creates a transient energy, which is great for short-term excitement, but it sometimes makes building lasting relationships harder. Now, North Beach, well, 67% of residents report a good sense of community because people invest in long-term neighborhood connections. There are two neighborhoods that just happen to share a beach, but they are completely different at their core. One was made to impress tourists with a quick trip, while the other was built for people who actually want to live there long term. And when it comes to spending money, that difference becomes crystal clear once you see what everyday life costs in both places. Now, let's get into the number that could either make your Miami Beach dreams come true or change your mind. And I'm not talking about mortgage or rent payments here. I'm talking about how much your everyday life is going to cost. In South Beach, casual dinner for two can be anywhere between $80 to $120 at mid-range restaurants because you're paying for the location and sometimes the tourist atmosphere. Coffee can cost you $5 to $7 for a basic latte at a trendy spot where the experience and Instagram backdrop cost extra. Cocktails will run you $15 to $20 plus, and they might be even higher during peak times when the international crowds drive up demand. Groceries, you're gonna wanna budget $140 to $160 for what would cost about $100 in other places because the stores have limited selection and Publix does have that convenience pricing. Parking anywhere $20 to $30 for valet is the norm, and even metered street parking comes at a premium if you can find a spot. But here's what might shock you even more. Property values and investment opportunities in these areas follow completely different rules, and I'll show you why that matters for your wallet later on. In North Beach, you are looking at lower cost across the board. That same dinner for two might run you $50 to $80 with more authentic cuisines where restaurants actually focus on food quality over the location premium. Coffee can run you about $3 to $5 at neighborhood cafes where the baristas are gonna know your name. And groceries are gonna run you about $90 to $110 for that same cart at the community supermarkets that serve residents rather than tourists. Parking in North Beach for the most part is free or metered at $1 to $2 per hour because the area wasn't designed to extract maximum tourist revenue. Miami's cost of living is about 15% higher than the national average, but that premium isn't spread evenly. South Beach's premium pricing hits frequent diners and nightlife lovers the hardest, costs that can add up to thousands every month. North Beach provides better value while keeping the same beach access and the Miami lifestyle. So when you add up those daily costs over time, we're talking about a lifestyle difference that can easily be $1,000 to $2,000 more every single month to live the same way. So if you're finding this breakdown helpful, I want you to hit the subscribe button now, because I post weekly videos that go beyond surface level Miami real estate tips. I talk about hidden gem neighborhoods to smart investment strategies so that you can have the full picture before making your move. Here's where we can tell the difference between the dreamers and the realists. What looks amazing on Instagram might drive you nuts in real life, and what seems kind of boring at first might actually make you the happiest in the long run. Now, South Beach doesn't disappoint when it comes to nightlife and entertainment. You have world famous clubs like Nikki Beach, and you also have the premier clubs like Live at Fountain Blue. Although it's not in South Beach, it's kind of in between the two. I definitely want to mention it because it is a famous club after all. You also have Ocean Drive, which is a constant energy, international crowds, and people watching that never stops. And then you have the Art Deco Historic District, which is over 800 preserved buildings from the 1920s to the 1940s in the largest collection in the world. Also, you can't forget about Lincoln Road. You have shopping and dining where you're paying as much for the location and brand as the food itself. The whole place is high energy, designed for Instagram-worthy moments, and priced for luxury tourism. Now, in North Beach, your lifestyle here looks different. You have the North Beach Band Show, which is a cultural hub for concerts and community events. The North Shore Open Space Park, which is mostly about locals with dogs. You see families and people who live here long term. And you're gonna have more authentic dining, in my opinion. You'll have Brazilian, Colombian, Argentinian, Cuban, and Peruvian spots that serve the community, not necessarily tourists. And of course, you have neighborhood gems like Cafe Prima Pasta, you have Nobu, El Rancho Grande, and these places are focused on consistency over hype. Here you're gonna see community gardens, local markets, and cafes for people who live and work here every day. South Beach is gonna turn you into somebody who's always on, and North Beach is just gonna let you be yourself, just with better weather. Now, transformation might sound boring here, but in Miami Beach, it can completely change your stress levels, your schedule, and even your social life. There's shared transportation like the Miami Beach Trolley, which is free. It runs 15 hours a day and it comes every 20 minutes on average. You also have the Metro bus, Route 120, that goes Aventura Mall all the way to downtown. Then you have Route 150, which is direct to the airport every 30 minutes during peak hours. The average commute to downtown is about 30 minutes, but that depends on traffic and events. Now, the reality in South Beach is that the trolleys do get packed with tourists and walkability is high, but sometimes the sidewalks get clogged with photo shoots and street performers. Parking is scarce and expensive, and valet averages $39 a night at hotels, and getting to highways means you have to navigate the tourist traffic. Now, some of the advantages of North Beach is that you're gonna have less crowded transit, parking is available in most buildings, and you have easier highway access without tourist congestion, which means that you're gonna have a predictable, more manageable commute. South Beach is going to feel like you're always moving around someone else's vacation, where North Beach lets you move like you actually live there. Now, here's where the money talk comes in. The South Beach luxury condo market has a median asking price of about $1.2 million. That's about $1,200 per square foot. And in this neighborhood, you have mostly condos due to the scarce land and the high density zoning. International buyer competition keeps the prices higher here, and luxury amenities like private beach access, concierge, and rooftop pools are going to tend to be higher than other properties. Now, talking about North Beach, there has been a development boom that has started since 2017 with zoning changes that boosted development potential. We saw 14 new developments in just 8 blocks. You have Ella Miami Beach condos starting at $600,000, and the median home price is $820,000, which is up 31% year over year. Now, the broader median home price is $515,000, which makes entry more accessible. Now, these are two totally different investment strategies because South Beach, you're betting on the rarity and the fame of South Beach. When people think Miami, they really think of South Beach. But when you're looking at North Beach, you have to bet on the growth and the community of the area. So who is each area best for? When we're talking about South Beach, I think this is gonna lean towards young professionals in hospitality, entertainment, or creative individuals, people who thrive on constant energy, those who are building personal brands where location matters. You have to be comfortable with tourist size, and you have to prioritize the experience of living in South Beach over privacy sometimes. vibes. Now, North Beach, I want to say, is more for families and remote workers who want a community, maybe cafe culture, commuters who want peace at home, or people seeking cultural diversity, and they want more of an authentic setting. And North Beach is also good for an investor who is just looking at stable appreciation in a solid neighborhood. So it comes down to this: living in a destination versus living in a neighborhood that happens to have the beach. The truth is, both neighborhoods can give you an amazing Miami Beach lifestyle. One will give you energy, while the other one might wear you out. The trick is being honest about what makes you happy every day, not just what looks cool on Instagram. So in the end, the choice is whether you want to live in a popular destination or a neighborhood that just happens to have great beach access. Now, my team and I have helped hundreds of families figure out this exact choice. They have been looking for the perfect Miami Beach neighborhood, and guess what? It is out there waiting for you. So you can email me, joe@joesellsmiami.com, to get started today, and our team will help you explore both neighborhoods, understand the market, and find properties that fit your budget and your lifestyle. So don't make the decision alone when you can work with somebody who lives in Miami and knows these areas inside and out. And if you found this comparison helpful, then I want you to check out my next video linked up here, and I dive even deeper into South Beach and some of the biggest myths people believe about living there. So you've got to watch this if you want to learn something and be entertained at the same time. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.